Hey folks, Kewin Wort here from High Tech Redneck. Again, welcome to our studio. Hey, today we're going to be talking with you about the new Vampire from Armasight. This is a Gen 1 dedicated night vision rifle scope. You know, when you hear Gen 1, a lot of times you think, kind of poor operating, but I think what you'll find out is when you take this out in the field, you're going to see this is not just like any other standard Gen 1 night vision rifle scope. This particular unit uses new technology that Armasight calls CORE technology. That stands for Ceramic Optical Ruggedized Engine. A lot of words there, but basically what that means to you as a user of this particular unit is you're going to see better edge clarity. The photosensitivity of this particular tube is a lot better than the standard Gen 1 devices. And most importantly, what you'll notice is the resolution of this unit is probably double of what most Gen 1 devices are. The company advertises this at up to 70 line pairs per millimeter. That's very similar, if not better, than a Gen 3 device. And you'll see it when we get this out in the field. But let me get it up really close, and we'll show you some of the features of this unit. First of all, we'll start talking a little bit about the unit. It has a 108 millimeter objective lens on it. What that means for you as a user is you're going to have a better field of view with it. Also, the larger the front objective, the more light gathering capability the particular unit has. We're going to scroll around here a little bit to this side. What you'll see, the first operating unit is basically the reticle adjustment. This has up to 10 settings for the reticle brightness. This is basically a 3x power Gen 1 again scope. As we go ahead and scroll around this way, we have the windage adjustment. This has a 1/2 inch at 100 yard. Also, here at the top, you're going to have the elevation adjustment. Again, 1/2 inch and 100 yards. If we roll it back around this direction, here we have a Weaver attachment. This allows you to put an external infrared device on the unit. You can attach it directly to the unit. If you have an AR-15 platform, you can also mount your IR device on the rifle itself. But this particular unit allows you to go either way with it. The next feature I want to point out is the focus adjustment. This allows you to focus the unit in. I recommend focusing in at about 100 yards. Anything closer than that, you really don't need to have it focus that well. As we move on to the back, this particular unit takes a single CR123 battery. That'll give you about 40 hours of operation with this unit. As we move on to the rear of the unit, we have the diopter adjustment. This allows you to adjust this scope to your particular eye. Okay, hopefully that gives you an idea of the particular features of this unit. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this out in the field and let you know what this looks like out in the field.
Okay folks, we're now at stage 3 with the Vampire. This is the Armasight Vampire. And there you have your 100 yard black hog, 100 yard coyote, 200 yard coyote, 200 yard spotted hog, 300 yard range is right about in there is your white hog, and then just to the left is your coyote. Okay, now we just recommend the High Tech Redneck T-20 850 nanometer for the Gen 1. You can make that hog out pretty good with the 850 T-20, but it'd be a poke with this because you're only shooting 3x. Just to the left is the coyote. Might be kind of hard to get, but depends on how good of a shot you are. There's your 200 yard spotted hog, 200 yard coyote, 100 yard black hog, 100 yard coyote. And this is the Armasight Vampire. It's a Gen 1 device, but it's top of the line for a Gen 1, for sure. Okay, we'll flip that off and let you see what it looks like across this lake over here. Definitely a nice scope for the money. Trees out there are probably about 500 yards out. Probably 600 yards out there. Okay. And there you have the Armasight Vampire. Stage 3 full moon. Okay folks, we are at stage 2 now with the Armasight Vampire, the night vision riflescope dedicated. It's a Gen 1 with CORE technology, and we have no infrared on at this point. And again at a half moon, and there's the 100-yard black hog. There's the 100-yard coyote. There's the 200-yard coyote. The 200-yard white hog. And then we have the 300-yard spotted hog right next to it, the 300-yard coyote. And again, this is with no infrared assistance, and as you can see, the scope is actually doing fairly decent for a half a moon. Here's what we look like across here at the about the 500 to 600 yard tree line over there. And we're gonna flip on the 850, and as you can see, we got plenty of light now. There's the 300 yard spotted hog, the 300 yard coyote. There's the 200 yard white hog, the 200 yard coyote, and there's the 100 yard coyote, 100 yard black hog. And we can actually expand this out a little bit, give you a fairly nice field of view here. One thing about the dedicated scopes is the field of view is probably twice of what you're going to get out of a day scope. So here's the T-20 is actually zoomed out quite a bit, and you still got quite a bit of light here. There's the 100 yard targets. There's the 200 yard. And there's your 300. So I think for the cash that you're giving up for this one, it's going to be a pretty nice scope for you. Here's your view across the lake again. The 600 yards out there to the tree line, possibly a little more than that, I don't know. And there you have the Vampire. I think you'll like it. Okay folks, we have the Armasight Vampire. This is a 3X. Again, a Gen 1 with CORE technology. And we're out here on a stage 1 night. That means no moon, no stars, really dark out. So if we're going to operate a Gen 1 in these kind of conditions, you have to have the infrared on it. As you can tell, it just can't get enough light in here to do much good. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the 850 nanometer T-20, and whenever I turn the infrared on, the camera blots out the crosshairs, but in real life conditions you can see the crosshairs really well. But we're just going to kind of demonstrate for you what the night vision looks like. But this has got the T-20. It's a full zoom, as powerful as it'll go, and we got the 100 yard hog, 100 yard coyote. Easily a 100 yard gun, 100 yard sight with the infrared device on it. And now we're on the 200 yard hog and the 200 yard coyote. And you'd be pushing this at a 3X to make it 300, but if you're a good shot, good steady hold, you could You could probably make this 300 yard, but for the most purposes, hogs, you can get within 100 yards of a hog fairly easy at night, from what I've been told. Coyotes, you'd have a little tougher time. And we can also zoom this out a little bit. And you've got a pretty good field of view here, even at that. If I bring it out a little more, maybe we can get our crosshairs back. No. But here you are, I got it zoomed all the way out to the field of view of the vampire. And you can see it's got a lot better field of view than the daytime scope with the Gen 3. And again, this is the Vampire, Armasight Vampire.